Hello friends, so welcome to Spring Boot series. So this is the second demo in the Spring Boot series. So today we are going to create a Spring Boot controller. So let's start how to create a Spring Boot controller. So go to the view, then command palette. So here is the Spring initializer. First of all, Spring initializer. Then we have to select the version. Next is Java. So this is the package name. So now I want to create a bank application. So let's create the demo here, or account application you can say. So let's create the account app. Then I want a jar file, Java version. The most important part, we need dependencies. So first is the Spring Boot dev tool and web. These are the two dependencies is required here. Spring Boot dev tool and the second one is Spring Web. So this is RESTful API we have to create. So select this one. So these two dependencies are selected here. Let's go to the next. So select the location where you want to save your project. So I have created a folder here for this series. Spring Boot is the series. Here is the bank application. Now we are creating. Generate. So let's open account application. This is our project now, account application. Okay, so now let's initialize the project first. Done. So once the initial is done, go to the src, then main, resources and properties. In the properties you can add server.port is equal to 3000. Okay, so we had already discussed about the port and this server.port, why the 3000 is a port number. Okay, so let's go to the your directory structure. So this is the like place where we have to create a classes. So I want to create a controller. So before we create a controller, we need entity class also. So let's take an example. Here I'm just telling you what we need. First we need one account.java class. Here we are going to create the setters and getters and few variables. Then account controller, but most important part, we need a service class as well. So account service.java. So these three classes we have to create here. So the account.java, which contains, we can store variables and setter getter methods are there. Service class. Okay, so here we are going to add the objects into a collection and return the collection, and then last is the controller for RESTful API. Okay, so these three classes are important now. So let's start with the first class, account.java. So go to the account app, new file. So account is my class.java. Here we need to declare few variables, for example private account number, second is private string customer name, then third is private double account balance. So these are the variables required, okay, in my Java class. So let's add the getters and setters. So you can right click here and there is an option in a source action, generate getters and setters. Select this option, select all and click OK. So you will get all the getters and setters here. Add one constructor which is default constructor. Go to source once again, generate a constructor. So add the constructor. So one default constructor is required here. Okay, fine. So now, so this is what our simple account class with getters and setters. and one default constructor. So the account class is ready. Let's go to the service class. Again, right click on your account app, new file, here account service.java. In account service.java, this is the service class, so declare the annotation service. So this class we are going to call from the controller. Okay, this class we are going to call from the controller. So add few methods to add the object, but here I need a list to add the object. So list for what? Account list for account lst list of account. Okay, so is equal to new array list. Okay, so this is your simple array list is here. Okay, so just create an array list, array list. So once you done this, okay, add a methods now. So here is a method void add accounts, and pass the object acc object. Okay, so this object we have to add in given list account dot add acc object. That's it. So we need to create a method here. Method name is add accounts. So in this method we are going to add the account in this collection, and I want this collection written in my front end. So here is the, again I'm creating a method. List is the return type. For account, get all account, get all accounts, and here is the code to return list of account. So this method is used to add the accounts in the collection, and this method is used to return the list to controller. So two classes are done here. First is the account class, second is the service class. So let's create the third class, which is the your controller class now. Okay, so save this class. Let's create a third class. Right click, new file, and account controller dot java, account controller dot java. Okay, so in account controller, first of all, this is the RESTful API. So RESTful controller. Second is request mapping. So to call this controller we need some name, for example account. Okay, and from the controller I want to call my service class. So the service class name is account service. So to create the object we need to use the annotation called as auto add. Okay, so using auto add we can create the object of account service. Now create the post method to add the objects in a list which is created in service class. So here is the post mapping is required to add the object. So slash and the name is add, slash and name is add here. So request body is required to add the account class. So we are going to set the value to this account class, which is your setter getter class, and here I will call the service method account service dot add accounts and your account. Look at this. So this object you are going to add using this method which is created in the service class. So right now I don't want, okay, you can keep one return type also. Okay, you can simply write here account added. That's it. So user will get the notification account is added successfully. So to get all the objects, we need a get mapping here at the rate get mapping, and here I want all the data and all the objects, so I will use all slash, and my method name is get accounts. So right now there is no parameter, so in the next video we are going to pass a get by ID, so we will search the account using some ID. So I'll tell you about what is the need of this parameter. So right now we want only objects which is stored in the list. So because there is a list, so your return type you have to change to the list now. Change to the list of account, and from here you can directly return account service dot method name is get all accounts. That's it. Semicolon is here, right? Fine. So first go to the get accounts. In the get accounts we have to return a list here. So this list we are going to return in the controller. So there is some error in the controller. So this list had some package required. So now let's return this list to the your front end, but right now we are not using any front end. We have a postman, so just open the postman to check this APIs. Open the postman. In the postman, but before this you need to run the application, so don't forget to run the application. So just go to your main file. In the main file you have to run your application and check if any error is there. Yes, there is some error, build failed. Do you want to continue? So there is some error is occurred in my application. Because errors होते रहते हैं. So that's why we are creating this recording. So you should know that what type of errors are occurs, and let's solve this. Yes, it's done now. Okay, so finally the successful completion. Now check, go to the postman, and in the postman you have to check your APIs. So here is the first post method I will use. In the post method, in the account you have to add a data, go to body, then there is raw, so account number 101, then what is the name, customer name. So here is the name, and the last one is account balance. This is the small, okay, and then there is some balance. So let's add the data here. Yes, added. Add one more data. Yes, added successfully. Let's check the get method now. Change the get. Okay, get http all, and then that's it, no? Send. Yes, we got the data here. अच्छा ऐसा फॉर्मेट ले लो ये सर बना दी ओवर ब्रैकेट ना. Okay, successfully completed the application for controller.